Assembling RTA cabinets from Domain Cabinets Direct is a snap. It only takes a very few simple tools. The first step is to bring the packing box over and set it on a solid work surface. Be sure the make and model of your cabinet is correct before you start the assembly process. Start by opening both sides. Then gently lift the back. A small cut into the packing tape, a quick pop, and the box is open. The first step for any RTA cabinets from Domain Cabinets Direct is to unpack the contents of the box carefully. And by taking a little time now to familiarize yourself with each piece, it will be easier for you to find when you need it. Remember to get familiar with the loose hardware, and then to organize it in a way that you can find it easily later on. The hardware comes to you nicely packaged. Remember, after opening the packages, it is easy to lose the small pieces. We recommend placing all the loose hardware into a plastic container and set it aside. The next step is to place the dowel pins into the bottom panel. Before placing the pins, put a small drop of glue into the hole and then gently tap the dowel pins into place. Remember that there are locations for the dowels on both sides of the panel. Also, look for cabinet details, like grooves. This groove is for the back panel. Now that the preparation on the bottom panel is finished, it's time to start working on the sides. The preparation for the sides of a frameless cabinet begins with attaching the drawer slides. Remove one of the drawer slides from the package. Extend it out, and then disconnect the part that attaches to the drawer. Place the drawer slide part that attaches to the cabinet side over the pre-drilled holes. Make sure that the alignment is correct, then set through the pre-drilled holes using the small set screw. If you use a cordless screwdriver, please be sure not to over-tighten the screws. Next, repeat the same steps for the other cabinet side. A quick tip is that when attaching a drawer slide to a cabinet side, be sure that you know which side is the back of the slide and the front. This will save you the frustration of having to take it apart later and then put it back together. completing the preparation on the bottom panel and both sides, it's time to prepare to put it all together. Retrieve the bottom panel that you prepared earlier. Check for alignment by aligning the grooves, and place gently into the pre-drilled dowel holes that have been prepared with a small spot of glue. Tap into place, stand it up on its side, to keep the cabinet parts together while the glue dries, you will need to use the permanent set screws. Remember, the set screws are permanent, so don't remove them later. Some cabinet installers actually skip the glue step because the set screws are quite strong. After attaching one side panel to the base panel, you repeat the step for the other side. The next panel to install is the toe kick. Remember, when you build an RTA cabinet, what you do to one side has to be done to the other. So be sure that when you attach the toe kick, that you put screws in on both sides of the cabinet. As you can see, that just by assembling a few parts, the cabinet becomes quite strong. Now is the step that we take to slide in the back panel. Remember the grooves that we pointed out earlier? After attaching the back panel, it's time to add some internal supports, which not only add extra strength, but also help keep the cabinet square. This cabinet has two internal supports. One goes above the drawer, and the second one goes below the drawer. Again, remember that cabinet assembly is bilateral. That means two sides. So what you do to one side, you have to always remember to do to the other. place all the set screws for the internal supports in the opposite side of the cabinet. At this stage, the main cabinet box, also known as a carcass, is largely assembled. However, there are small parts that need to be added. This is a cleat. It adds strength to the cabinet for mounting it to a wall. This is the last of the internal support pieces. It is a cap which covers the back panel after installation, and it also adds some strength to the top of the cabinet. After attaching the last internal support, it's time to put in the upper cleat for the back of the cabinet. Now that the cabinet carcass is complete, set it aside so you can begin building the drawer. Before you begin building a drawer, take some time to become familiar with its parts. This is one of the drawer sides. These are the pre-drilled holes where the drawer slide attaches. Be sure when assembling the drawers that the grooves for the drawer bottom stay aligned. This cabinet drawer uses precision dovetail joints for its assembly. A small spot of glue, and then align the side with the bottom. A gentle tap with a mallet is all it takes to assemble this very strong drawer. Repeat the step for drawer side 2. And the drawer box is almost complete. After the first 3 sides of the drawer are assembled, it's time to slide in the drawer bottom. Remember that we aligned the grooves during building, so now the drawer bottom slides in nice and easy. The last part of the drawer box is the drawer front backing. This is not the actual drawer front. It is a structural part of the drawer box. Final drawer front panel, which is ornamental, will attach to this piece. Now it's time to attach the connecting piece of the drawer slide into the pre-drilled holes on the drawer box. Make sure this drawer slide channel is aligned with the holes. And attach it to the drawer box. Be careful not to over-tighten the screws. These drawers can also be fitted with soft closing drawer guides. These cutouts are for those types of guides. After completing the drawer box, this is a very good time to set the door hinges into the door panel. The main body holes for the door hinges are pre-cored. However, you will need to align the hinges to make sure that they go on straight. This is easily done using a pocket level. The door hinges mount into the cabinet at the pre-drilled locations. After setting the cabinet doors, they can be aligned using these screws. These screws provide adjustment front and back and side to side. After the doors are aligned properly, the final step of the drawer assembly is to attach the drawer front. Make sure the drawer front is aligned properly and then attach from the back inside the drawer box using the short set screws. Check to make sure that the drawer is aligned properly and functions smoothly. The last step is setting the shelves. There are pins provided. Be sure when placing the pins that they are placed in holes that are corresponding. That way the shelf stays level. Now that wasn't too hard. Congratulations!